Hey pros, Crystal here from Crystal Williams Online, Elite Hair Care USA, Elite Total Body Care, and private label hair care companies. So I decided to do an impromptu video for my first vlog. And of course you guys have read the name of this video, and we're just gonna get straight into it. So I am 36 years old and I am pregnant with my now 4th child, and my last child was born almost 10 years ago. So that should tell you guys that this is quite a shock. I'm still trying to really navigate through all of this, still trying to really figure this out. And is there ever a time when you really figure it out? No, you never figure it out. But with that being said, I guess I can show you guys. Nice and pregnant. Don't mind the deodorant stains that comes along with it, but yes, nice and pregnant. All right, so let's get into the nicks and crannies. So I decided that I was going to vlog my pregnancy for you guys, because what I'm noticing on YouTube is the moment that I really grasped the fact that I was pregnant, I went straight to YouTube, because you guys know I'm a YouTuber, and I went looking for videos to talk about really what goes on in being over 36 years old. I'm about to be 37, having children who are going into almost teenage years or already teenagers, and then lo and behold, here comes another baby. And it just comes with a lot. It comes with a lot of emotion. Your body feels different. Your maturity level is a lot different, because when I had my first child, I was 20 years old. I had my second child at 22 years old. I had all of my children in my 20s, and never did I prepare myself to have a child in my 30s, much less my later 30s. So what I've been noticing is there's some videos, I watch a lot of the vloggers who I could find, and then a lot of it is OBGYNs and midwives, and they're giving you scientific information, when that's great and everything, but you want real life detail on this baby. You want a real person, not what a book is reading, or what book you're reading, or things like that, the things that really go on when this is actually going on. So I kind of will give you guys a synopsis of how I found out I was pregnant. In December 2022, I went to Jamaica to see my father and just spend time down there for the New Year and Christmas. All of December, I waited on my cycle. My cycle comes every single month, but I got my thyroid removed because I had a tumor on it about 11 years ago. And when I got my thyroid removed, at that time, I found out about 4 weeks later, after having the surgery, that I was 6 weeks pregnant with my son, which is Christian. You guys know Christian. Everybody knows Christian. If you don't know Christian, you will know Christian. So after that, I just never thought that there was ever a possibility that I would even get pregnant again, because guess what? Almost 10 years went by. I never had one hiccup, never had one missed cycle. I never had maybe this is it. Nothing, you guys, for almost 10 years. We are approaching 10 years, okay? So to my surprise, when I'm in Jamaica and I'm okay, I'm feeling all of the symptoms of my cycle coming on. My nipples are tender. When my cycle's coming on, I get headaches or migraines. That happened one day and then it went away. My ears feel like fluid is in my ears, or my sinuses start to act up or flare up. That was another couple days in Jamaica. Nothing ever happened. Mind you, the whole of December, because I'm expecting this cycle to come at the end of the month somewhere. All of these different symptoms came and went, and no cycle came with it. So on our ride back home, which was early January, we got back right after the New Year. I absolutely adore airline snacks. And when I say I adore airline snacks, I'm just greedy, you guys. My name is Crystal and I'm greedy, period. But I love airline snacks. I like the biscotti cookies. I like the little mix pack that Southwest gives with the pretzels and stuff. I like the first class meals. I like all of that stuff. I just love it, okay? And on the flight to Jamaica, we took Southwest because you get free bags. That was the reason why we chose Southwest. You get free bags and it's a direct flight. So on the way there, I ate my snack pack, which was the little gold pack they give you with the little, you know, some peanuts or pretzels in it with, you know, a little trail mix thing. I ate that, and I also had a vodka. I drank a vodka, and what I've been noticing is not just in the month of December, but December, November, October, I started noticing that anytime I would drink alcohol, I did not feel well. Okay. So in October, we went to Curacao, and that's kind of where it started, when I just started saying I don't feel well when I drink alcohol, and I was just going to wean myself out of drinking alcohol socially. I'm a social drinker. I don't drink every day. I don't even drink every week. It's just social, very, very sporadically social. So on the flight back, they gave me the little snack pack, and they gave me a ginger ale, which is what I ordered. And as I sat down, and there was a guy sitting directly across from me in the aisle. And I swear, that man smelled like nothing but pee to me. He smelled like pee and alcohol the whole ride. And I was kind of like gagging. I was like, nah, you know, whatever. So as we're on the flight, all of a sudden, I start smelling other things. I start smelling fumes. I turned to Junior and I'm like, do you smell that? He's like, no. Smell what? I'm like, you don't smell it? I'm talking, these smells were strong. Like, you would think that somebody just put it by my nose, how strong they were. So I get the snack pack. I open my snack pack. Mind you, like I said before, in pretense, I love the snacks. I open the snack pack and I take a whiff, and I'm just like, oh my God, this stinks and ew. This is nasty. And I put it down, and I just could not eat it. I could not eat it. It was making me nauseous. Everything. I took 2 sips of ginger ale, and I'm just like, you know what? I don't want anything. I'm still not really thinking in this manner. So as I put the snack pack down is when it really dawned on me, like, well, Crystal, when was the last time you had a period? So I pull out my calendar, and because my cycles don't come on the same day, or even the same day before, or the same day after every month, like this month it might come the 17th, next month it might come the 12th. The following month, it might come the 10th. The following month, it might come on the 9th. Or the following month, it might come on the 7th. And that's how it's always been since I got my thyroid removed. That's become my new normal. So I go to my calendar, and the only cycle that I could remember was the cycle right before we went to Curacao for vacation in October. Because the cycle came the week of us leaving, and I was so glad that it came. Because you know you want to be an adult when you go out of town, and you want to enjoy life. And I was like, yes, it came, and it went right before we left to go to Curacao in October. So I was like, okay, that's the last one that I actually remember. Like, I don't actually remember another cycle since that time. So I take out my calendar, and I'm going through the dates, and I'm like, I know for certain I had no cycle in December. I know for certain I had a cycle in October, but I could not remember if I had one in November at all. So I'm like, okay, if I don't see my cycle come by January the 15th, I'm going to schedule an appointment, because I'm not thinking that I'm pregnant. I'm just thinking that my body's just stressed out and I'm going through things. But mind you, in my 36 years of life, I have only missed 6 periods. Of the 6 periods, this baby here, I have 3 children, and then the other 2 were my business. Okay? So with me knowing that, and never having a stress moment, even when I'm stressed, it might come twice before I miss one. I'll get it twice that month. So, you know, I'm like, okay, January 15th, I'm going to give it to the 15th. But then I'm in the car ride, and I'm just feeling very nauseous. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not waiting. I'm just going to go ahead, because I was ordering some groceries on Instacart to go home and cook that day on the ride home from the airport. And I'm like, I'm just going to discreetly order a pregnancy test, because the Instacart person can bring it and nobody has to see it, and nobody has to know that I even went to the store and got a pregnancy test. It's not that I didn't want anyone to know, but I didn't want anybody to think that I was crazy either. Okay? Hence, you don't want people to think that you're losing your mind. So the test comes. I order the first response test, and I order the one that comes with 8 tests in a box. Okay? So there's 8 tests in a box, and it's 2 different types of tests. There's the early detection, and then there's the take it whenever test. When the test comes, the girls are normally the ones to put the groceries away. So they put the test in a paper bag inside of a plastic bag. I grabbed the plastic bag, put it under my armpit, and I went to the guest bathroom, which is on the other side of the house. When I go to the guest bathroom, I do what the instructions say, and I take test 1, which is the one that you can take at any time, any point. It doesn't say early detection. It just says take it whenever. I take that one. I do what it says to do, and I set it down on top of the paper on the counter. And at first, when I first did it, I saw the stream, because you know there's a stream, your stream of urine. It went through line 1 and it kept going, and I saw nothing else. So I'm like, okay, well, that tells me that I'm not crazy, but okay, I'm still gonna I'm gonna take the second one just to ease my mind. So I take the early detection test, which this test looks like the typical pregnancy test. The other one is like a lithium strip is what it looks like. So I take the second one and I do the second one right away. Mind you, this is like 6:30 in the evening, you guys. Not even like first stream, none of that. And as I go to put the second one down on the counter, I glance at the first one and I see 2 lines. And my heart starts racing. So I'm like, maybe it's just because I left it there. By the time I go to set the second one down and anchor it nicely on the counter, the second one has 2 lines. One is faint, one is dark. So I immediately take the paper out because I'm like, what does this mean? Let me just make sure. What does this mean? So I'm going to show you guys my test. Hold on. Okay. So that is what they look like right there. So you guys can clearly see 2 lines right there. Okay. I'm like, oh, Jesus. That's all I said. Oh, my. I'm just like, I'm kind of like in denial at the same time, because I'm like, absolutely not. Like, it's been 10 years. Like, you think that I was like just crazy. So, lo and behold, I tell my partner, and I did not get the response that I expected, but we'll talk about that in a later date sometime when I'm just ready to even talk about that. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to wait a day or 2, and then I'll take another test. So I wait about a day. I wait 2 days because this was on a Wednesday that I took this test. So I waited until Friday, and I took the test. No, I'm sorry. I did the next day. I waited till Thursday, and I took 2 more tests at a different time of day with a different stream. And they both said the same exact thing. So I'm like, okay, let me just go ahead and call my doctor and just get this ball rolling, because if I go based on my last cycle that I remember, which is October, I'm almost 11 weeks pregnant. And my belly was very bloated, but I noticed that the bloating would never go away. It would just never go away. The whole time we're in Jamaica, we go to ride ATVs. Ironic. Listen to this part. So you know when you're about to get on the ATVs, they're training you how to use it, whatever. The guy stops and says, is there anyone who is pregnant or thinks they're pregnant? All the women say no. When they say no, Junie looks at me and was like, no. And I'm like, no. Lo and behold, I was definitely pregnant on these ATVs, not knowing that I was definitely pregnant riding these ATVs. And I was nauseous on the ATVs too. I just wasn't paying it any mind. I thought it was something that I ate. So I called my doctor. They're like, come in on Friday. I go in there Friday, which is the next day. She's like, okay, we need to confirm you're pregnant. I go that Tuesday, so the whole weekend goes by, that Monday goes by. It was just a very emotional weekend for me, mainly because, you know, it just, you expect certain responses, and one of my friends said you should not set yourself up with expectations, but I did. And the responses that I got from 2 very important people were not what I expected. So it is what it is. That Tuesday, I go, they set me up for an ultrasound. So I get my ultrasound that Tuesday, and she confirms, she's like, you are 8 weeks. And I'm like, okay, 8 weeks, so that means that I would have had a cycle sometime mid-November. But even when we put the time frame together, my last cycle that I remember was October 22nd-ish. Okay? That's the last one that I can kind of remember. And honestly, I don't even remember the date. November 15th would mean that that was the date of my last cycle, November the 15th, for me to be at 8 weeks. I don't remember a cycle at that time. Now, am I saying that I didn't have one? No, but that means that I would have had a cycle 3 weeks apart. That's 21 days. So it's just, that just kind of tells you how my cycle moves, the way it moves. I've never missed a month. I might have 2 a month, or sometimes I have 1 a month. So lo and behold, yes, that is how I found out that I am a 36-year-old African-American female who does not have a thyroid, who has ADHD, who has had a tummy tuck liposuction, a breast reduction, who has 3 children, 2 of which are teenagers, 1 which is my last son, who is 9 years old, who's about to be 10, and here comes baby number 4. And I'm still like, all right. Now, am I sad? Absolutely not. Am I happy? Absolutely. Why am I happy? Because I know God does things in his own timing. And if it's just the way he did it, it's just the way he did it. And I can accept that. I am extremely excited about her or him. And this pregnancy is allowing me to do things very different from previous pregnancies. Like, you know, I'm documenting this pregnancy more. I am more in tune with the different things in life that you can do, the different choices that you can make. I'm really sparing no expense on this pregnancy. I am doing any and everything that I see fit. If I want to cast my titties, I'm going to cast my titties. That's just where I'm at. If I feel like I want to have a gender reveal baby shower on YouTube, that's what I'm going to do. Like, that's just, I don't care. I really don't care what anyone thinks, because I've always allowed people to sway my thought process with their thoughts. Like, I've decided to try to be even more healthy with this baby. Pregnancy yoga, a chiropractor, all these different things that I'm doing. So I really just wanted to give you guys some insight. I'm going to chop the videos up just for sake of time and give you guys basically the immediate topics so that you can just watch the different videos rather than me trying to close everything into one. But I just wanted to give you guys the good news that your girl is having a baby. And I'm having a baby, you guys. I'm having a baby. So you guys just, I don't know, like I want you guys to really actually comment down below and just give me your experience if you've had a baby over 35. Because this is very different. Like, I'm going to end the video with a vision that I had for myself at a young age. And that will be the end to this video. When I was 18 years old, my life plan was that I would be married by 20. I would be a millionaire by 25. And I'd have my first child at 35. I knew nothing about high-risk pregnancy. I knew nothing about gestational age. I knew nothing about that stuff. I just knew that I wanted to make my millions before I had my first child at 35 years old. And I also said that I would never be working for anyone by the age of 25. And to see that this has happened, and I'm 36, about to be 37. When I delivered my baby, I'll be 37 years old. I never envisioned myself with 4 children. I never envisioned myself with actually 3 children. I envisioned myself with 1 child. 1. And God has blessed me with about to be 4. It's a journey, you guys. It's a journey. It's a journey. It's a journey. And I'm just going to bring you guys along with me on the journey. Yeah. But thank you guys for watching. Like I said, comment down below if you've had a baby over 35 and tell me some of your experience. Like, tell me some of your experience, you guys. And then, of course, watch my follow-up videos, because I have a couple more videos that I'm going to record today to chop up my topics so that I don't bombard you guys with so much information. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.